One of the biggest questions that I get all the time is, can you lose fat and build muscle at the same time? Now, a lot of people would argue that you can't, but I would say that a lot of that information is based on advanced people trying to make this task happen. The reality is it's quite possible. In fact, it's actually pretty easy to lose body fat while building muscle, but you have to kind of fall into three different camps, all right? So camp number one, you're a beginner looking to get into fitness and you're just getting started. It's a lot easier for you to start building muscle. It's a lot easier for you to lose fat when you're just getting started off. This is before your body really kind of is used to those adaptations, so anything new is going to start stimulating some results. Now, the second person is a little bit different. This is somebody who maybe has a training background, has a training experience, but they took a break, right? Maybe life got in the way, maybe they got injured or something, and now they're coming back to training and they're trying to recomp, do recomp. This is when it will work. You'll be able to lose body fat. You'll be able to build muscle during this time because just like a beginner, almost anything is gonna start working. You're gonna start seeing results. Now, the third person that's going to be able to benefit from being able to do a body recomp is going to be somebody who has higher levels of body fat. If you have higher levels of body fat, it's going to be easier for you to lose body fat, and you most likely are pretty low in strength or muscle, so it's going to be easy for you to build muscle as well. So those are the three different types of people who are able to build muscle and lose fat at the same time. And like I said, if you're somebody who's a more advanced fitness goer, you're probably not going to be able to see those types of quick results or see the progress happen as quickly as you would like to. So I would say it's probably easier for you to focus on losing body fat at one time and then gaining muscle at a different time. You're going to see much better progress if you separate the two tasks, but that's only if you're somebody who's more advanced. Maybe you're into bodybuilding or you've been training for a long time. Now, I want to give you some tips here that are going to help you if you are looking to recomp, do a body recomp. These are going to be the tips that are going to be able to help you make this thing happen. So tip number one is we're going to have you prioritize strength training. Now, this is about 3 to 5 days a week of training resistance. Now, when we say resistance, this can be anything from body weight, kettlebells, TRX dumbbells, kettlebells, barbells, whatever is your favorite piece of equipment, depending on your fitness level. It's going to be able to fall into that category. I always say if you're kind of just getting started out, a lot of the strength training, resistance training, you can really knock it out with using some free weights. More advanced lifters, obviously, barbell is going to be more effective for you. And, the biggest thing is, like we said, 3 to 5 times a week. You want to be doing compound movements, right? Thinking about like squats, deadlifts, bench press, rows, and pull-ups, as they're going to work different and multiple muscle groups at the same time, maximizing your efficiency in the gym, but also maximizing muscle growth. And always remember, as you build muscle, you're going to raise your metabolic rate. We always say for every 5 pounds of muscle is going to be roughly an estimate of about 250 calories per day extra that you're burning. So I always tell people, if you put on 5 pounds of muscle, think about that as that's almost like an entire meal for certain people. A meal can be anywhere from 250 to 450 calories. So either you can eat a whole extra meal or you don't have to worry about cutting out more calories because your body is in fact burning more calories. And this is why we like to have our clients focus a lot more on strength training, because in the long run, it's going to really be helpful for them when it comes to losing weight. Now, number two, you're going to want to dial in your nutrition, right? Obviously, you can't outrun your fork, right? You can't outlift your fork. So nutrition is always key. Some people say it's like 80% of the journey, but I honestly believe it's like 90% of the journey. When you dial in your nutrition, this is going to help you be more effective at losing body fat. So the things that you really want to focus on is your caloric intake, right? You want to be eating slightly below your maintenance calories. So if you're looking to lose a pound of body fat, that's roughly 3,500 calories that you need to be in a deficit. And if you want to lose a pound a week, that's roughly a 500 calorie deficit per day. And a calorie deficit just means that you're burning, 500 calories more than what you're consuming. So if you are consuming 1,500 calories and you're burning 2,000 calories in a day, that puts you in a 500 calorie deficit, and that would put you on track to lose 1 pound per week. Now, I typically don't go any more than 500 calorie per day deficit, because then we run into some issues with metabolism, and that could force you to have to do a reverse dieting process, and nobody really wants to have to go through that. So it's just easier on the body to just have slow, gradual progress, maybe even 1.5 pounds a week, but I wouldn't do that for too long. Now, the next thing is you're going to focus on your protein intake, right? So protein intake, you're going to be doing about 0.8 to 1.2 grams per pound of body weight. This is like our rough estimate for people, but I honestly really love if you have like an in-body machine and you know exactly how much lean body mass you have, because typically what we do with our members at Impact is we'll take their lean body mass, say it's like 125 pounds, and I'll just roughly give them 10, and I'll shoot for their goal to be 10 more grams per of that pound. So I would say 135 for someone who's 125 pounds of lean muscle mass. Now, if you're just getting started out and your protein is super low, this isn't a good idea, right? You don't want to just jump to 135 grams. Your body's not going to take that too well. You're going to have some digestive issues with that. So the first thing you want to do is just know how much protein you're eating on a regular basis, and then gradually increase that by 20 to 30 grams, every 2, 3 to even 4 weeks, and you'll be able to see some progress there. You're also going to really focus on your carbs and fats, right? You want to balance out your macronutrients, and you want to think about your carbs are going to fuel your workouts, and then the fat is going to support your hormones, right? So a lot of people really focus too much on, the calorie side of things, and they don't really focus on the macro side of things, but you got to make sure that you're nice and balanced there between your proteins, your fats, and your carbs. That's going to get you the best progress. So if you're new to nutrition, learn a little bit more about macronutrients. Maybe I'll make another video just on macros for you. But if you master your macros, you're going to master fat loss for the rest of your life. It's that powerful. The next one is 3. We're going to incorporate cardio wisely. All right. So I've answered this question a million times on my channel, whether it was in comments or in videos, but I'm not a big fan of steady state cardio, right? And steady state cardio means running for 30 minutes, being on a bike, at a lower intensity, or walking for, don't get me wrong, I love walking. I think walking is great for recovery. I think walking is great for mental health if you're doing it outdoors. It's great for getting extra steps in and keeping your NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis, up. But I'm not a huge fan of using it just strictly for cardio. And the reason why is in steady state cardio, you're usually burning fat, right? This means that when you're done, you're going to be burning carbs. See, I like to flip it the other way and burn more carbs in my workout, so using carbohydrates as my energy source when I'm working hard, and then allowing my body at rest and recovery to tap into stored body fat. We just have more body fat that's stored up, and if you're looking to lose body fat, well, you want your body doing that throughout the day. So using EPOC, or an afterburn effect. Many people call it different names, but you can actually tap into stored body fat. So it's a lot more effective and efficient to work out, 20 or 25 minutes intensely, and then allow your body to recover. So yes, I'm a big fan of HIIT, I guess you can say it. I don't really look at it as HIIT training. I look at it as metabolic conditioning. And this is just simply doing lighter resistance training, body weight stuff, movements, speed work, and just getting that heart rate up high and then allowing it to recover and kind of creating almost like a chaos effect inside of your body. This is going to cause your body to go into what we would consider more of a homeostatic state after your workout, meaning your body's going to be fighting to recover. It's going to be fighting to get back to neutral, and this is going to cause you to burn a lot of calories. So the workout itself, you don't have to worry too much about how many calories you're burning, because the workout recovery is where you're going to get more bang for your buck. And I always say, isn't it great to just be sitting on the couch watching Netflix knowing that your body is burning fat? Like, that's where everyone wants to be, right? Doing nothing but losing weight in the process. So this is why I prioritize cardio, but I specifically focus on short, intense workouts. Even post strength training sessions, I'll throw 5 or 10 minute cardio session in. This could be kettlebell swings on a minute. Maybe I'm doing 15 swings, resting for the remainder of the minute, and then doing 5 to 8 sets of that. I love EMOMs, or even just a simple 30-20 circuit where you're doing 30 seconds of, say, med ball slams, and then you rest for 20 seconds and you do 30 seconds of mountain climbers. Something like that is going to be super effective for helping you lose body fat, and you're not going to lose any muscle in the process as well, as long as you keep it short. The other one is going to be focusing on your recovery. So tip number 4 is focusing on your recovery. You want to make sure that you're sleeping 7 to 9 hours per night. This is going to optimize muscle repair. This is going to help you with your hormone regulation, but most importantly, it's going to help you manage stress. I can't stress enough when it comes to getting results. A lot of people are not seeing the adaptation that they would like to see because their body is in this chronic stress state. So you can't actually get results from the workout because your body's not recovering from the workout. So recovery is just as important as the workout. It's just as important as nutrition. If we think about this as like a triad, like a triangle of results, I think about training, nutrition, and recovery as being those key components there. So if you're not recovering, you're not doing parasympathetic nervous system, which is, when we think about the nervous system, sympathetic is usually like, high stress, moving around, quick, boom, we're on the go, work stress, life stress, high intensity workouts. That's going to be more sympathetic nervous system driven. Now, if you're looking to be helping with your parasympathetic nervous system, this is where like yoga, stretching, this is where I bring in going for a walk. These are why those things are important, because they actually bring your nervous system down and help you regulate it. And once your body is out of that fight or flight mode, it's going to actually start to go into recovery. As long as you're in fight or flight or high stress, you're not going to be able to go into recovery. So you have to be able to get your body into a state where you can recover from your workout, and that's how you're going to see the best results. All right, now moving on. Tip number 5. We want to make sure that you're tracking your progress. All right, tracking your progress is essential because at that point, if you're just going with the flow, you have no idea if you're getting better. You could literally just be working out, eating, getting your recovery, but if you're not tracking any of those results, you don't know if you're getting better, and then it's just a guess. And sometimes this is what causes people to fall off, because they're not motivated, or they're not, inspired, or feeling like they're making progress, so therefore they just stop everything that they're doing. So if you want to continue to see results, you got to track your progress. So using tools like body composition scans, like I said earlier, like an in-body machine, using photos, progress photos, and taking pictures from the front, from the side, from the back. These are going to be able to show you some of the results. You can also see how your clothes are fitting. So you can also, maybe you're fitting into a pair of pants or a shirt differently than you used to. I love this for our girls, because you can like get a pair of jeans that you're wearing and then like keep on progressing. My wife used this during her transformation. She used a pair of jeans that she wanted to be able to get into. So as she started to recomp her body, she was able to see that those jeans were fitting much better than they used to. All right, so that's a great way. Plus, it's gonna actually make you feel a lot better knowing that you're almost in those jeans that you wanna wear, or maybe it's like a shirt or a top that you really, really like. So that's just a little pro tip. Go buy something a little bit smaller and set that forward-thinking goal, knowing that you're going to get there eventually because of the hard work that you're putting in. Another one is you're going to track your strength gains in the gym. You want to know that you're making gains, right? So how do you know? Well, you can test. Are you able to do more push-ups in a minute? Are you able to bench press more weight? Are you able to squat more weight? Or maybe you're able to squat the same weight for more reps. You want to be able to do some assessments to be able to see where you're at, to see if you're making progress on those goals, and to be able to see that you're getting stronger. This is going to help you, once again, stay motivated, and it's going to keep you engaged in the process. And then finally, tip number 6, you want to be patient and you want to be consistent. Results aren't going to happen overnight. Like I said earlier, 1 pound a week, sometimes a lot of people don't feel like that's a lot of progress, but if you train for 12 weeks, right? That means that you lost 12 pounds. Now, I can go almost to anyone and I can say, hey, Susie, or hey, John, would you like to lose 10 to 12 pounds? And they would say yes. Now, if I said, you know, it's going to take you 90 days to be able to do that, right? I'm sure it doesn't seem like that's like a good thing, but a lot of times what you'll end up seeing is that we'll go 90 days where we don't lose 12 pounds, or we'll go 90 days where we gain 5 pounds, right? So by just focusing on 1 pound a week, you can actually hit a goal and be really pumped up at the end of that next quarter, knowing that you're down 10, 12 pounds versus, you know, kind of thinking, oh, I need to do more and I need to lose 10 pounds in the next 30 days. So you do a plan in which is set up to fail, and then you don't hit your goal anyway. So it's better just to focus on slow, steady progress, hit that goal, you know, be able to be happy, and then reset a new goal based on what you were able to do. Maybe you set that goal for 12 pounds over 90 days, but a lot of things happen over that time, and maybe you only lose 7. Well, that is still information. If you lost 7 pounds over the next 90 days, well, now you know that on average, you can lose 7 pounds in the next 90 days. So you can set your goal based on information that you already gathered. So maybe the next 90 days, you actually go for 10, but you know what went wrong in that first 90-day period. And now you can actually adjust your plan and know how to make sure that you set yourself up for what's going to go right. And once you do 10 pounds, you know, maybe you set another goal. Maybe you're just focused on muscle. Maybe you're just focused on consistency. But whatever it is, set your goals, evaluate how you did, and then set a new goal, right? Based on the information that you have. So there you have it, guys. You can lose fat and build muscle at the same time if you fit into those different characteristics. So make sure that you set your goals, be ready to rock and roll. And I hope you have an awesome year where you just continue to crush all of your fitness goals and see the progress you want to see. Hey guys, if you liked that video, if you enjoyed those tips, then make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss videos in the future while I answer some of your most important questions that you have when it comes to fitness, nutrition, and lifestyle. Adios guys, I'll see you on the next video.